internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours of Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. Listen up, folks. This is going to be a very, very bad ending for the individuals that miss out on XRP. I'm being very serious. There's a lot of individuals out there that are lurking in this world that truly believe that XRP will never go to, $20, $50, $100. And in today's episode, I'm going to go over two things, XRP and Bitcoin. And CZ Binance pretty much confirmed everything that we have been saying all along. Listen to what he says here, and I'm going to give you a perspective that you really cannot dispute, and why XRP going to $100 trillion market cap is going to happen 100%.
But the largest economy in the world is adopting crypto, and they're buying crypto. They're setting up crypto reserves. That means any other country who's not doing that now is going to be at a significant disadvantage when they want to do that later, because the richest country is going to buy Bitcoin first. They're going to buy a whole lot of them, and the Bitcoin price is going to go up. The next country that comes in to buy them is going to be buying them at a higher price, so they can only buy less with less, and they have less money. Now I think we're going to see a race towards countries adopting Bitcoin, the major cryptocurrencies. That it's good for the crypto industry as a whole, but in some logic, like a lot of the retail smaller guys will be left even further behind.
If you can't connect these dots, you're already a victim of the game. He says the largest economy in the world is adopting crypto, which is the US. They're buying crypto, they're setting up crypto reserves, and if other countries don't do this now, they'll be at a disadvantage later. It sounds bullish, right? But let's break down what he's really saying. The richest country buys Bitcoin first. The next richest country buys it later at a higher price. Then companies, hedge funds, and sovereign funds all pile in. And then, you got the retail guy. He's left buying the scraps after the hype. Does this sound familiar? It should. This is the same playbook they used for everything else. Remember CV19 about your health? They said money printing was about saving the economy. Remember that? Now they say Bitcoin is about freedom and a store of value. Just remember that Bitcoin was created as soon as the financial collapse happened in 2008. What are the odds in that happening? Bitcoin was born by an unknown entity, and the entity disappeared with over 1 million Bitcoin. Like, come on. It's all narrative control. And in a moment, I'm going to give you the red pill that I really want you to listen to, because it's very, very important. But there's something that can't go overlooked, and that is generational bottoms that is happening for XRP as we speak. If XRP can hold $3, okay, $2.95 in the next coming hours, it is going to be another attempt at breaching the 360, 340 levels for XRP. And we got trades open on TOOBIT. The link is in the description down below. Take advantage of the deposit bonus. If you deposit $3,000, you get a $600 future bonus that you could be trading with. And right now at these levels, XRP is coiling up. Go leverage. Go low leverage. Even if you do 600 by 4 leverage, that's a really good, potential ROI with a very, very good liquidation price for XRP, okay? And we got trades open on BitUnex. I opened the trade on XRP when it was at $2.85. We took a little bit of profit out. We're still riding it up 50%. We opened Ethereum and Ondo trades this morning. Those are handsomely up as well, over 100%. Take advantage of both BitUnex and TOOBIT's deposit bonuses. The links are in the description down below. But let's go over the red pill moment that people don't understand. I made a tweet today. about XRP and Bitcoin, and someone said this, and just remember, they're still saying this in 2025. And he says this post is a textbook example of why people get wrecked chasing XRP dreams without doing basic math, market math. He says without doing basic market math. He's saying we're not doing math. He says you're talking about a $100 XRP to a $200 XRP, which implies a $5.5 trillion to an $11 trillion market cap. That would be larger than Bitcoin, Apple, and Microsoft combined. That's not unlikely. That's economically impossible. Oh my goodness, folks. People actually say this in 2025, saying XRP can't go to $5.5 trillion or $11 trillion in market cap. And my tweet, I'll go over it in a moment, but all I said was if you put $1,000 into Bitcoin now, and I gave you the ROIs, if you put $1,000 into Bitcoin now and Bitcoin goes to $3 million, you get $26,000 ROI. If you put $1,000 in XRP today at $3.05 and it goes to $100, you get $32,000 ROI. XRP is going to go to $100 way before Bitcoin is going to go to $3 million. Wake up and smell the roses. And if you don't see that, you are absolutely brain dead. I don't know what to tell you. Go do more research. I'm going to try to help you out with this red pill moment, because understand that Bitcoin is a governmental Ponzi. And CZ Binance just even told you that. I'm bullish Bitcoin. I hold Bitcoin. I will profit from Bitcoin. But let's not kid ourselves. The entire system is one rich country buys it, a richer entity buys it after them, price goes up, everyone else follows, then governments control the exit ramps and narrative anyway. The difference this time, for the first time in human history, we get to front run the Ponzi. We get to profit from the same musical chair game that governments have played for decades in fiat markets. But here's where XRP leaves Bitcoin in the dust. Bitcoin's value is based purely on someone else buying it at a higher price. XRP's value is based on moving the actual financial system. We're not talking about a digital rock.
So let's fast forward to the future, and Bitcoin has failed. How did it fail?
I think it fails through irrelevance. Like it fails to be relevant to people on a daily basis. If it just ends up being store of value and nothing more, I don't think it gains relevance at all. Like I think it has to be payments for it to be relevant on the everyday. Otherwise, it's just something you kind of buy and forget and only use in emergency situations or when you want to get liquid again. So I think if it doesn't transition to payments and find that everyday use case, it just gets increasingly irrelevant. And that's fair.
We're talking about real institutional flows. The global FX market, which is $10 trillion in daily. And in the past videos, you've heard industry experts telling you quadrillions are coming on chain. Stablecoin and tokenized treasuries, $5 to $10 trillion inbound. RWA derivatives, we're looking at over $100 trillion. And unlike Bitcoin, XRP isn't a Ponzi. It's an infrastructure. It's a plumbing. It's the bridge asset for the tokenized world global economy. Now let's connect the math to realistic XRP prices, right? If we're talking about $1 trillion in global flows a day, XRP's going around 50 to 100 bucks. $10 trillion flows around $300 to $500. $100,000, $100 trillion, we're talking about $1,000 plus XRP. This isn't hopium. It's market depth and institutional adoption and its velocity. Just search that up if you get confused and understand the difference between this. The Bitcoin Ponzi runs out of new buyers eventually. The XRP machine becomes mandatory once the world runs on tokenized value. So when CZ says the largest economy is buying crypto, he's telling you the game is rigged. He's telling you governments are front running a Ponzi you can finally join. And he's indirectly confirming why XRP is the end game. Because eventually you need real liquidity, just not a bag of rocks. That's literally what Bitcoin is. Understand, why are you buying Bitcoin? Are you a part of a network that is providing real utility to the real world economy? Or are you all speculating and saying it's a gold 2.0. Listen, I hold Bitcoin, I'm bullish Bitcoin, but I'm trying to give you guys an understanding of what is Bitcoin. Like, you want to call it digital gold. Why? Because we got brainwashed into saying it was digital gold, just like we all got brainwashed thinking breakfast is eggs, bacon, and orange juice. Like, what the hell? Like, think about it. We were all born into this system. Zoom out and try to see it for yourself. Your parents were born into this system. They were told, try to talk to somebody when the Federal Reserve was put into place. They're not alive, okay? Everyone's following. We're all manipulated. We haven't been manipulated since we were little babies. Okay, you got to know the difference. And if you're still, we came far, but we came deep into some hardcore facts, right? So if you're laughing about $100 or $500 XRP, you're already priced out of the new financial system, okay? Do whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, all I could tell you is just look at the numbers, right? If you put $1,000 into Bitcoin right now and Bitcoin goes to $1 million, you're going to exit with $8,600. That same 1,000 you hold until Bitcoin goes to $3 million, you never sell. And look at these numbers I'm giving Bitcoin. We're at 115,000. I'm being so generous. And Bitcoin goes to 26 million, 3 million, your exit is $26,000. Now let's take that same $1,000 and put it into XRP. When XRP goes to $50, you're already walking out with $16,000. And XRP is going to go to $50 way before Bitcoin goes to $1 million. Way before. And that $1,000 into XRP right now, you're going to walk out with $32,000 when XRP is at $100. And $100 XRP is going to happen way before Bitcoin hits $1 million as well. Not even before Bitcoin hits 3 million, but XRP hitting $100 is going to happen way before Bitcoin hits $1 million. And I know we are right. 100%. You know, I've told you guys are in good hands. And look how far we have gone. And with the information that we have provided, we have been on point. It is indisputable. So please, don't miss this opportunity. Okay? At the end of the day, all of us that listened and that followed the journey, that understand we don't bullshit on this channel, we are all handsomely up. So any negative comments, we love it. We know you're out. You're priced out. You don't have enough. Yeah, I would be mad too. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This needs to come to an end. And if you guys want to see a video about Chainlink and XRP, because people still don't understand the difference between these different digital assets that are floating around, that think one asset could solve every single thing out there, it absolutely blows my mind. So if you're new to this crypto ecosystem and you're coming in with a couple $1,000s, do not buy Bitcoin. Even if you have $10,000, do not buy Bitcoin. Even if you have $50,000, do not buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is only for the wealthy now. If you want to come in here with $200,000, sure, go ahead and put in $115,000 into Bitcoin and then hedge the rest of the $85,000 into anything you want, right? You want to have a solid institutionalized portfolio, that's the way you want to do it. But guess what? No one's coming in here with $200,000. Okay, it's done. Stop falling for this Bitcoin narrative. I'm giving you guys the facts.
And indeed, the BIS and the FSB noted that cross-border retail payments are perceived to be slow, costly, and opaque. And recently, in 2020, the G20 endorsed the roadmap for enhancing cross-border payments. So therefore, there seems to be no better setting for analyzing the disruptive effects of fintech. So if fintech are disrupting the financial system, we should be able to see it in the remittances market. Not surprisingly, in recent years, we have seen many predictions about the disruption of the remittance market. Many people said the disruptions was just around the corner. So all those narratives involved three materializations of fintech. The first materialization is Bitcoin and the underlying technology that made it possible, which is the blockchain. Those were the boldest predictions and also the predictions that failed most miserably, the Bitcoin and blockchain. So the initial articles argue that transactions even would be able to be done instantaneously at a very tiny fraction of the original cost. Nowadays, we know that that narrative did not pan out. Remittances.
They told us dream small, but we had the stars in mind. While they chased hype, we studied time. In the noise we found the signal. Brad knew just what to do. Now XRP hums like jazz, running smooth and true. Money's changing, systems bend. Ripple flow into the end. Truth is quiet, bold and deep. We salute the ones who lose no sleep. Salute to the minds that built this chain. Salute, salute through the trials, through the pain. Salute, salute to the calm, to the wise. Salute 100 in our eyes. Bitcoin maxis yell on stage, stuck in loops they call belief, while XRPL just clears the way. No delay, no grief. They hoard coins like dusty gold, but we got utility in every fold. The future ain't loud, it's steady breathing. Real ones know what's worth believing. It ain't hype, it's code and soul. We salute the ones who see the whole. Salute to the builders, to the flow. Salute, salute where the real ones choose to go. Salute, salute to the heart, to the plan. Salute, XRP will lead the land. Value don't lie, and truth don't shake. Let the whole world break, we remake. Strategic reserve, written in stars. XRP gonna take us far. So here's to the signal, clear and bright. To the dreamers who held on tight. No matter the storm, no matter the fight. Salute, we rise with the light.
We started building Ripplet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. Ripplet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.